Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and it's time for a Tuesday tip. Now it's pretty early on Tuesday morning, and I wanted to take you out to the outdoor tubs and show you an update on those and tell you about some of the fish choices I made. Now, I took the opportunity over the weekend when my family was home to help me to move the last of the fish out. Unfortunately, it was pouring down rain, so I couldn't shoot that for you, but I did take some footage of the fish that I chose that I'll show you in just a moment. So let's go take a look real quick. Now you guys will notice right away that these tubs do not look as nice as they'd have in previous seasons. On my homepage I have playlists with season 1 and season 2 of Summer Tubbing that show how I generally do these bins. Because of my knee replacement, I was unable to get these set up the way I normally would. However, they're still stocked with a bunch of underwater plants, things like anacris, hornwort, and parrot's feather, as well as some surface plants like water hyacinth, and they all have a ton of lilies too. Now this spring has been a particularly cold one, so my lilies are taking their time. You can see there's some pads, but they're pretty small and no flowers out here yet. Now they are due for some more fertilizer, which will help jumpstart that process. And you can see that these over here in particular are doing a little bit better than the rest. Now normally I would run aeration to these tubs, but my pump died. And because they're stocked so lightly, I'm just going to see how it goes without it. Because of the volume, it should be no problem. Let me show you the fish that I selected, and then we'll take a closer look. So these are the Meteor Minnows. They are a long-finned version of your standard white cloud mountain minnow, Tinichthys albanubes. I have personally been working with this line for about 8 years, and you can see that they have elongated fins and much more vivid coloration than your standard white cloud. And these are the ones that I keep in my 150-gallon Asian Hill Stream tank. I pull them each year and move them outside to the big 300-gallon tub in order to breed them. By the end of the season, I should have hundreds, and then I pick the best ones, put them back into the 150 and sell the extras. White clouds are without a doubt one of the best fish for summer tubbing. Bomb-proof, quick to breed, and absolutely beautiful. I also grabbed a group of about a dozen Brachydanio Chiathid, which is the orange fin danio. Now these guys are still a bit immature. When they hit maturity, they get bright red fins, at least on the males. Now I do have some of these in my big tank. I did not catch them out, I just let them be, because I had this second group. Now despite them not being at full size or full coloration, they should be of a breedable size, and I should get a good yield of fry this summer. These guys are another really versatile, beautiful fish, and I can't wait to see how they do. We're not going to be able to see them very well, but in this tub are my rosy loaches, Petroichthys species rosy. And these are really an experiment. These are one of my favorite small loaches. They're a hovering loach, so they act sort of like a Coreodoris, climbing the glass and being super cute. Historically, it can be kind of difficult to get females, but I noticed I had quite a few females in my group. So I pulled all of those and several males. I'm going to try them in a tub as well, just to see how they do. They really are a fantastic nano fish for small planet aquariums. I also have grabbed a group of wild class Endler's live bearers. You can see a male and a female in the middle there, some chili rasboras, and some sexually mature Coreodoris habrosus. And these are going to be the fish that go in the last tub in the greenhouse, simply because the Endlers and the Cories will appreciate the warmer temps. And these guys have all been being housed together in the fish room. So I've been able to empty three more tanks now, which is great, as my recovery is going to be a bit more prolonged than I thought. So right now it is currently pouring down rain outside, so I can't actually record me dumping them into the tanks, but I am going to get them out there just so that they have a longer season. So it's been several days now, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to see or not, but the white clouds are actively spawning just below the water's surface, even without any sort of pump. And I think a lot of that has to do, you can see there's like 8 of them right there. I think a lot of that has to do with large amount of volume, how cool things have been, and also the fact that this is largely shaded at this point because of mature trees in my yard. But so far so good. I'm getting ready to go out of town for 5 days, and I would expect when I get back within a week or so to see some fry, so stay tuned for that. I saw the Brachydaniocayathid swimming around aggressively in there. I see no signs. I see no real signs of the rosy loaches in here, but I also haven't been able to find any bodies, so I assume they're fine. Greenhouse is doing great. Pardon the uneven camera work. I'm not very steady on my feet just yet. As again, you can see how well all the plants are doing. I have my circulation fan running, and it's about 60 degrees outside today and about 80-ish in here. Now, I put the Endlers, Habrosus, and Chili Rasboras in here. I did spot them all earlier. This particular vat needs to be topped off. The water level's gotten really low. I'll take care of that before I head to Toronto. But I have high hopes for all the fish out here this season. I did end up bringing out some food in order to bait them to try and get an idea of like what sort of numbers of fish I have. Again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see or not, but right there are a bunch of the Rhizius wolverae. And as I look around their bin, there's just fry everywhere. You guys asked in the comments, the last video I did on this, why are these fish spawning first? And the short answer is because they were the most mature. Some of these guys will take a little bit of time to hit full sexual maturity before we start seeing fry. But definitely the warmer temperatures out here will help with that. You can see all the plants are doing really well. This vat has some sort of weird algae. You can see it all at the surface here. I generally scoop it out maybe once a week if I can get out here. But at this point I am apprehensive of doing so because I don't want to scoop out any fry. So I think what I'm going to do is bring a bucket out here and add it to a bucket so that I can examine it first. Because as you can see, it's like this weird brown stringy hair algae. And the water temperature is quite warm, so I know that the least killies that are in here have to be breeding. I just don't want this algae to get so numerous or so thick that the surface disruption is not enough for them to get adequate oxygen supply with how warm it is. So we'll keep our eyes on that. This one has gone bananas with plants. And this lily is really killing it. This must be one of the temperate lilies. I only have a few of those. Most of mine are tropical. And they're still taking their time. Now I do need to get out here again soon and fertilize all these lilies. Oh, look at that. There's a riccia. Can you guys see that riccia right here? Growing on the side of the pot. That's a volunteer. I swear that stuff can just show up anywhere. It's almost as bad as duckweed. But yeah, everything's going pretty well in the greenhouse, and I look forward to updating you guys on fry that I get both in these greenhouse tubs as well as over there in my outdoor bins. As always, thank you guys for your continued support. It really means a lot to me, especially during this time while I'm recovering, that you are interested in especially my gardening projects, which are way easier for me to manage than a lot of the fish stuff. But I can tell you right now, I cannot wait to get back into the fish room regularly and really churn out some new content for you guys, so stay tuned for that.